I can't believe that I moved almost a year ago. It just seems like yesterday. You walk into somebody's apartment or home, they have these amazing sculptures that you don't quite understand immediately. I love living on this side of town. There's so many beautiful little streams and rivers, and this is one of my very favorite places to go to. That white plate from Portugal is just beautiful, but do I have to have it from Portugal? I can get that at Target for $1.99. If you want to look rich, put everything on a pedestal. It works every time. I am so happy to see you today. I really am happy to see you today. I have had quite the crazy day, but I'm glad you came back to see me and Desi, and I so hope you had a good, safe week. I am so excited today because I get to talk about something I absolutely love, and that is decorating, and decorating on a budget. And I started to see a lot of videos about decorate in a luxurious way. Decorate to make people think you have money. And I was just kind of laughing at that. And then I thought, wait a minute. I want to throw my hat into the ring. I want to share with you 10 things that I do that I think make my apartment look more expensive. And the reason I have confidence in saying that is every single week, somebody will comment, one of you sweet ladies will comment, and you will say, well, I would decorate just like that, or I would, I like that vignette that you showed, but I don't have that kind of money. And I'm thinking, well, I don't have that kind of money either. 90% of everything you see I got from the thrift store. So I thought, I've got something to offer here. So I want to take you in my bedroom, my bathroom, and my living room. And I want to show you in each room what I do to make that room more elegant and more luxurious. And maybe somebody might think I had a little money. Well, we know the truth. I think the most important room for a woman in her home is her bedroom. And I know some people will say it's the kitchen, and that just burns my britches when I hear that. I think a woman's bedroom should be her sanctuary. That is where she goes at the end of a day. She lays down all her triumphs, her joy, perhaps her sorrow. She gets into bed and hopefully she relaxes and eventually can drift off into having some beautiful sleep. I know in a perfect world that's how it's supposed to go, but it rarely does. So why not help that little scenario along, right? I wanted to up my game a little bit for my bedroom. I added a white duvet. It is a queen size white duvet that I just love, and I got it on sale for under $40. So I was very excited. And by my bed is my diary, and I have just one flower arrangement there. But I love it. At night before I go to bed, there it is. It looks so cozy. I have my favorite book there on my tray. I just love my 2-bedroom apartment here. It's by streams in the woods, and it has a separate little dining area. It has 2 bathrooms. So I love it here, but basically I couldn't really afford to live in an apartment quite this large if it was, truly updated. My bathrooms here are like 1980. They are so tiny. Now I have a lot of storage in them, but they just gave me very little room. So what I had to do to sort of up my game as far as decorating is I chose one color for the bathroom. And that way, one light color bringing in a lot of things that symbolize nature, I think just made the bathroom seem bigger and happier and calmer for me and for my guests. And one thing that I found too that was a little bit fun is buying accessories that play off of white. So I want to take you in the bathroom and kind of show you how I blended it all together to make the room look a little bit larger and a little bit more pleasant. Boy, I'm tired. I am so hot. I had to go pin my hair up. I'm sorry, I'm a little worse for wear today, but this isn't a beauty video. Like I had to tell you that. In every room, buy a statement mirror, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. A few weeks ago, I showed you how I found a beautiful wrought iron mirror for $18. I'll link that video below. But a statement mirror in every room. And of course, the mirrors aren't going to match, and that's what makes it so magical. But if you place that mirror in the right spot, it brings in the outdoors if it's reflecting a window. If not, it's still going to reflect your beautiful things. And it's going to make the room look bigger and more luxurious. I think without a doubt that beautiful plants can either make or break a room. And what do I mean by that? If you buy plants that everybody is used to seeing and they're just left in plastic pots or clay pots, they will detract from your home. And people will look at that and think, oh gosh, did she water that? Or it lacks originality, it lacks drama. But you can take, just a beautiful plant like this, and you put this in a beautiful hand-painted pot, and it ups your game. It looks so expensive and so beautiful. And sometimes it takes a while to find that beautiful hand-painted pot. So what do you do in the meantime? Well, like I haven't found a beautiful hand-painted pot for this plant, and I think this plant is very unusual. I try to buy plants that are very unusual. But what you can do is create a vignette with that plant. So in other words, here's a colorful hand-painted picture. Very expensive. Well, not real expensive, but like $50. Actually, I'll link that picture below. But I put a couple plants with that picture, create a vignette, and then the pot doesn't matter so much because there's something drawing the eye, something very colorful and expensive, exquisite, drawing the eye away from the plastic pot. I love this plant. I just potted it in an old arts and crafts pot that I've had for a lot of years that I think is very expressive and beautiful. Desi, do you like the real plants? Don't tip the real plants over, okay? You wouldn't do that, would you? No, look at you. Look at Desi, are you in a contest? How are you doing in your contest? You know how I was talking about how the bedroom is the most important room for a woman? Well, I think the most important room for your guests that you're going to have over is your living room. That is the room that they're probably going to be spending the most time in. and they're going to form the impression of you and your life through what they see in your living room. Now, perhaps you'd say, well, that seems so shallow, and it probably is. But there is some truth to that. So, what I have always tried to do in my living room is make it interesting. Put something in my living room where somebody is going to say, what's that? Or where did you get that? Or I've never seen anything like that. What is that? You know, one of the things that people always ask me about is this old antique camera that was given to me by somebody that I loved very much. Another thing that my guests will ask me about is I have some very old wooden chimes, and instead of hanging them outside, I hung them on my wall in my living room. So I want to take you through my living room and show you some of the things that I have done that I think elevate the room to looking maybe a little bit more high-end. I don't have matching lamps. I don't have matching pillows. I think pillows are something that you can be very creative with. I would never recommend getting any bedding or pillows from a thrift store. I think those are items that you do have to buy new. And I have done that, but I want to show you the difference between like a $40 pillow next to a $10 pillow, and both of them brand new, both of them coordinating colors, but I think they're both beautiful and even more beautiful together. I love the pelican pillows that I got at Home Goods. I chose it for the beautiful colors of that kind of rust kind of pink and the green that matched my sofa. And these are cut pillows, so you can cut them if you want. You know, karate chop them in the middle for drama. But these were pretty expensive. These pillows ran me about $30 or $40 a piece. And I coupled it with another pillow that is picking up the very same colors, only this pillow I got for $9 at Walmart. One thing that I think elevates your belongings is called plating. Plating, I say that with a Michigan accent, it just drives me crazy, but plating. In other words, here is just a simple white plate. I picked this up, I think this was $2.89 at Target. It's not from Italy, it's just a plate from Target, but a simple square plate from Target. And putting on that plate objects that speak to you, that represent who you are. You know, I've chosen a beautiful piece of pottery, a hand-carved bird, a hand-carved soapstone cat. I know, don't tell Desi I have a cat. But having those things arranged on a plate, it elevates them. It makes them look so beautiful, and they are conversation starters. Next thing that I wanted to bring up is how beautiful flowers can look in a room. And if they are in the right vase, in the right arrangement, with the right colors, they elevate your room to almost magic. They look just so beautiful. When you're buying artificial flowers, right, they usually come in bunches. Never work with bunches. Always clip them, you know, stem by stem, so you're working with a lot of individual pieces of flowers. Another thing that you can do if you hate arranging artificial flowers is go ahead and choose the flowers of your choice, pull them off the stem, and just take the bloom and just place it in a bowl. Place it in a pedestal bowl, and I think it looks beautiful. Let's do this. Let's talk about black and white photography and what it does for your home. If you are really serious about having your home look expensive, or your apartment, you will invest in some black and white photography pieces that are pretty large, and you will designate a certain area in your home, preferably when people walk in or your living room. And you'll have large pieces of photography, black and white photography. There's something about it that it's just so high end. It's so sophisticated. I don't know how many times people have walked into my apartment that don't know me from Adam, and they just stop in their tracks to look at my black and white photography that I have collected over the years. It's very hard to find. Like at thrift stores, it's almost non-existent. At auctions, it's very, very expensive. So what I have done is, or what you can do, is you can go to someplace like art.com and find the black and white photograph that you find so beautiful, that speaks to you, that allows you to communicate with your guests, and order the poster or the print, get it home, and then have it framed. Oh, I can't believe I've been in my new apartment almost a year already. But this part of where I live illustrates a few of the points that I'm trying to make. The drama of black and white photography on the wall, I think that's so effective. And then having a large mirror at the end of my foyer, I think just, I don't know, it adds a little drama and interest, and I think it makes my foyer look even bigger. There's one thing I want to share with you, though, about my background in decorating. And I think it's important. Oh, when I was a kid, I lived in my grandfather's house, and it was such a beautiful house. And I didn't have any brothers or sisters. It was just my grandfather and my mother. And at 10 years old, my grandfather died and left the house to my mother and myself. Well, my mother was a cashier at a record department, so she didn't have any money to keep up that house. By the time I was 13, 14 years old, the house had fallen in terrible disrepair. The kids at school, that would come over and visit me, I mean, they would laugh at my house. They made fun of me at school because of the house that I lived in. So as I got older, I vowed that nobody was ever going to laugh at my house again. So I set out after I got married to decorate to impress people. I wanted people to think my home is a showcase, and I've got a little bit of money, and I want to really showcase. I want to showcase everything to impress them. It's hard to admit that. So when I saw all those videos, like decorate like you've got money, and at first I laughed, but then I thought, I can relate to that. I thought back on those early days. And as I got older, when I married Bill and I lived in some absolutely lovely large homes, I continued to decorate to impress. And what I found in decorating that way, it was so hollow. It's like that advice people give you. Find something you love to do, find your passion, and then find a way to make money doing it, right? Be true to yourself, and success will follow. Well, that's how I felt about decorating. I wasn't true to myself. It wasn't my passion. I was choosing expensive things to impress people. It was ridiculous. And it didn't make me happy. Finally, in my adulthood, in the last 10 years after my divorce, I lost almost everything. And in some ways, it was one of the best things that ever happened to me. I realized you don't decorate to impress people. You decorate to show people entertainment, affection, love. You decorate for yourself. who's in your home the most? Your guests? I mean, my guests are there, once a month for maybe a dinner party, a Christmas party, Memorial Day. Who lives in my apartment or my home most of the time? It's me. So why am I decorating for other people? Now, it's always nice to have a beautiful, living room for them to sit down and be, to feel welcomed and loved by me. I think that's wonderful. But in the end, there's not one piece in my apartment here that I have put here thinking, wow, they're going to look at that and think I got money. They're going to look at that and, wow, they're going to be impressed. That's the farthest thing from my mind. I decorate for me. The world is a harsh place. The thought that I can come home after a long day and look around and be surrounded by such serenity and beauty and interest, that's everything. I don't decorate to make you think a certain way about me or my life. I decorate to express who I really am. And then I make sure that that works for my home and my budget. I don't live to decorate. I decorate to live.
Oh, Lord knows I love summer. It doesn't even look real to me up here where I live. Michigan really is such a beautiful place to live.
I have always been a dog person, but all of a sudden I have become obsessed with soapstone in the shape of beautiful cats, and they're hand painted and they're just beautiful, and I can't get enough of them. I don't know what it is. It's just I guess it's a phase I'm going through. But I can see, it's kind of like I could be the cat lady, only it won't smell, right? Hey everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I loved every second of it. I always do. And if you get a chance down below, could you let us know, what's your decorating theory? What do you hold dear when it comes to how you choose to decorate your rooms? It would be so wonderful to know that. Please have yourself a wonderful 4th of July. Do you notice Desi has this little 4th of July bow tie on? Have yourself a great week. When you're done with your week, come back and see me and Desi, okay? All right. It's a deal. We'll be here.